footwork, a lot more footwork. We're gonna be doing some back rock, so we're gonna do a lot of levels and rotation changes, and teach you guys some new stuff so you guys are even better and even ready to, are even more ready to battle new people. If you guys have any more questions, you can feel free to hit me up on BattleWire. Just go to my account and send me a message. All right, peace. All right, what's up? Before we get started with this lesson, there's a couple things you gotta learn with the top rock. So it's pretty simple. From the top, just watch real quick. Left leg, gang, 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 boom, boom, back, boom, boom, back, boom, boom, back, shoom, boom, back. All right, left leg kicks out, so back and forward, right? So it's just boom, back. The next step, you just switch, right? And the next one, that first leg, it crosses. So it just goes like this, boom, right? So it's from the left, it's 1, 2, 3, right? So here we go, one more time, left leg. 1, 2, 3, ready? 1, switch, cross, back, all right? So 1, 2, cross, back where that, so you just take one step back, right? So boom, back, shoom, backwards, so you're here. Remember, when the left one goes, it doesn't just go straight forward. It kind of goes back, straight. And you'll see why that is in a second. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's what I want you guys to do. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so it's and 1, switch legs, cross, and just go backwards one step. Boom, because you were here, so you just go gang, gang, right? So here you go, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now from here, we're just gonna go, from here, we're gonna go, boom, switch legs, and cross this way, down, and switch back, and switch legs. So you see what's happening here? Shoom, shoom, back, shoom, shoom, back, shoom, boom, back, boom, boom, back, boom, boom, back. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, back, shoom, back, boom, boom, back, boom, boom, back. All right, let's break down the other side a little bit more now, okay? Still going from the left side. 1, switch, cross, just go backwards, boom, switch your legs again, boom, and then go this way, gang. Then go back, switch your legs again, and then go this way. Then go back, switch your legs, and go this way. Now I want you to notice something. When I switch my legs, my body kind of leans in one direction. Watch. So I kick, I'm neutral. I'm right in the front, right? Boom. I do the next one. My body's already kind of starting to be over here on this one. So when I do this, you see how I'm kind of here and I'm twisted kind of, right? But when I go back, I'm back neutral, and when I switch, now I'm already starting to come this way, so I can be here, like this. So it's like facing here, shoom, shoom, back, boom, boom, back, boom, boom, back, shoom, boom, back. You see what I'm saying? All right, so that's a quick little shuffle in a top rock. I don't know what the name of that is. These things don't really have names. And we're gonna incorporate that in our top rock, but we're not gonna do it a million times like that. I want to show it to you so you understand what the top rock is. But you shouldn't really be doing it like that over and over and over. All right, so here's how we incorporate it. Okay, so for our combo today, we're gonna start with a basic top rock. We're gonna go start with our right, and we're gonna go this way. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, back, 2, back, right? 1, back, 2. Just get used to that top rock. Remember the top rock from volume 1, right? That's all. Hopefully you guys have been working on it. You guys have developed your own kind of flavor, your own kind of body style, posture, all that, right? Okay, so while we're doing that top rock, at some point, we step, right after this step right here, you go boom. Remember how I was saying, when you start that step, we start like this for the first one. And that's just to kind of get you into it, because when you step here and you go here, that's how you get into that move. You kind of go back, front. You know what I'm saying? So you tap, tap, back, boom, boom, back. All right? So that's what we're doing. Right, left, back, shoom, shoom, back. And just kind of hold it there for now, just for a quick second, okay? So here we go. Step, back, step, and 1, 2, 3. Again, right leg. Step, back, step, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, now from here, we're actually not gonna continue that top rock, that shuffle. We're not gonna go ding, we're not gonna go back and switch, right? We're gonna just go into something else, okay? So we're just gonna use that shuffle, half of it basically, and then continue our moves, all right? So, top rock, back, shoom, shoom, back. Now from here, we're gonna take a step back. We're just literally gonna take a step back with our right foot, right? So instead of going boom, 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 back, right? Instead of going like this for the shuffle, we're gonna go from here, we're just gonna back. So your weight has to kind of shift a little bit. Work on that slowly so you understand what your body has to do, okay? So again, top rock, boom, back, boom, back, boom, back. And that's that rhythm, okay? Boom, boom, back, boom, back. Watch, you'll hear it. Top rock, right? Step, and 1 and 2, and 1. Okay, so from here, 2, you're kind of jumping on that left leg first. Boom, back. Remember that first top rock? In the beginning, that first drop, how we went gang, gang. Stepped on that right leg first. When we did that drop, we went boom, boom, and dropped, right? So it's kind of the same concept. So we're here, and you're gonna step on your left. Gang, back. So let's work on that real slow all together, okay? From a top rock, we're just gonna do 2 of them. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 2 sets. Bang, and doom, doom, back, boom, back. Okay? Boom, boom, back, boom, back. Doom, doom, that, boom, back. Hear that rhythm in your head. Doom, doom, that, boom, back. Now that last step, just so you know before you work on it, what we're gonna do after that step, right? We go boom, back. You're actually gonna turn this way and get on your left knee. So that's why I want you to prepare. When you do that last step, I want you to have your body in a place that's gonna help you get to that turn, okay? So again, from here, you hop back. You see how I just did it back like this? You could do it like that, or you can just go boom, back, step back. It's up to you, it's your style. You can do what you want with it, okay? But just from here, whatever you do, from here you go bang, bang. And my body is over here because I'm getting ready to go boom. I know it's coming, all right? So here we go. Right leg, we're gonna do the top rock. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna start the moves, okay? Just in case you forgot, from that last top rock, right? It's back, kick forward, right? So from that last top rock, back, kick forward, switch your legs, boink, and then jump on the right, boom. All right, it's getting a little bit more complicated, but just follow along and keep working on it. You'll get it. All right, here we go. Right leg first, we're gonna do that little thing 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and kick, bang, switch, cross. Pop on the left, down with the right. And you're right here, okay? You're right here, and then you're just gonna turn, boom. All right, one last time, okay? One more time. And from here, if you need to keep working on it, just rewind it to this mark right here, okay? Here we go. Right leg first. 5, 6, 7, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, boom. All right, one more time, real slow this time. Right, back, left, back, right, back, left, back with the left hook, kick, kick, cross, on the left, boom. Now on the right, boom. Now on the left knee, boom. Now you're right here, all right? Let's move on. Okay, so you're here now, right? Now from here, you gotta go left leg down, boom, left knee on the ground. Now you're here. Now from here, your right leg comes up like this. Then your left, you go on your left foot, boom, and you turn up here, and you're here. This is not the end of it, okay? From here, you do one more turn, and you end up here, okay? So, just to show you all the way, right? You started here. Now I want you guys to work on it from here, okay? So you start here, and you go, boom, left knee, and you just keep going like this. Then your left, you go on your left foot, boom, and you turn up here, and you're here. This is not the end of it, okay? From here, you do one more turn, and you end up here, okay? So, just to show you all the way, right? You started here. Now I want you guys to work on it from here, okay? So you start here, and you go, boom, left knee, and you just keep going. It's one rhythm, one move, one flow, right? But you can break it up into different flows, which actually I prefer, right? And here's what I mean. It's not different flows, it's one flow, but it kind of has these little stops, these like mini stops, right? So what I do is I go from here, right? From here, right? I go, and I'm gonna kind of do it a little slow with some kind of pacing so you guys can understand it. I go, boom, 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 blah. Okay, that's the whole move, right? So again, from here, it's just shoom, 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 boom. Okay? Now, let's break that down. So, from here, I don't want you to work on it from here because there's no momentum here. You're starting without any momentum. But just kind of do it a couple times from here so you understand it, right? And what happens is my right leg swings back, and you kind of want to use your right leg to bring your body up so it's easier to get on your foot. Now, that last time, if you noticed, I just kind of rolled over like this, which is cool. And if you want to do that for now, it might be good for you to do that, right? So you understand what your body is doing. You just basically get on your toes. Don't be pointed. Get on your toes, right? And then just turn your body over and plant yourself with your right. Boom, just like this. And then you literally just keep going over, and you go over, and you're here on the third step of that 3-step, right? But what I actually want you to do when you do it is hop a little bit and give it some power, okay? So instead of just rolling over like this, I want you to hop up onto your foot, right? So you go, whoom, bam. You see that? It's just a very small difference, but it's just that little thing right there. Boom. Then you do the same thing for the second part, because the second part, I could just go like this, right? And I'm here. And if you want to do that right now, you should probably do that. You should probably just go like this so you understand it. You can put your foot down, and you can come up like this. But once you understand what your body's doing, I want you to hop into that position. Very simple. Literally, just go from here. You're just gonna pick this leg up, right? And it's gonna help you get across, right? So you're gonna go wink, bang, and land like that, okay? Now, that little step right there is a pretty fundamental step in breaking, in power, in footwork. It's not a step, but that understanding that kick that kicking this up allows your body to get some like leverage and stuff. That's gonna come in handy later on a lot. So I recommend you guys practice that little move where you're just going boom, all right? So the whole thing from the beginning, the top rock into the drop, and we're gonna land on the third step of the sixth step. So if you remember from the last lesson, sixth step is here, right? Which you should be practicing this all the time, a lot, right? It's 1, 2, 3, right? No matter which way you go, that's the third step, right? 1, 2, 3. So it's gonna be a third step. Whether you go left or right, you should be practicing it both ways, all right? So here we go, all together. Top rock, 1, 2, 3, 4, shoom, shoom, bat, boom, 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 bat. All right? Work on that, repeat the video. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so let's move on with this combo. Let's do that 3-step a couple of times, and then we're gonna move on to that next move, okay? So let's do a 3-step again, right? So from here, we went right leg. We're just gonna go 3 of them, right? So right leg and boom, right? So we can count that as 1, then we go boom, boom, bam. Count that as 2. Right, so we're gonna do two and change, right? So from here, we're gonna go 1, just 1. We're not gonna do the switch because we're gonna go into another move, okay? So here we go. Just follow me for there, and I just want you to stay right there, okay? So right leg goes 1, bam, bam, back here, and then just 1, okay? Now from here, we're gonna do a move. I don't have a name for it really, but we're gonna roll on our elbow, or you'll see what I mean. We're gonna plant our elbows down. What I want you to do for now, we'll just watch the move. So we go here, I'm gonna go, okay? Now, that's kind of incorporating that thing that we worked on earlier, which was using your body, using that leg as leverage, okay? You kind of do that here a little bit, right? So just watch again, watch one more time. So from here, I'm gonna stab, right? I'm gonna put my stomach, my elbow in my stomach to hold me up. I'm gonna put my knee down, right? To kind of help with that, I'm gonna put my knee down to help anchor me, right? And then this right leg, that's kind of what actually helps me get across, because the right leg pumps up, right? And I can kind of, watch. See that? It's just barely, right? So, one more time, here we go. From here, right leg out, you put the knee down, you put the hand down, kind of stab, you see that? You're right here, and then from here you gotta just somehow get yourself, boom, across, okay? Start however you need to start. Get there however you get there. It's not gonna be perfect for a long time, okay? It takes months to master this stuff, sometimes years. So don't worry about if it's taking you some time. Rewatch the video, hit me up on BattleWire if you have any questions, okay? So here we go again. From here, all right? Right arm goes, boom, bam. See that? How I make it smooth? See how I make it look just, you know what I'm saying? Again, that's a move that you can do in a rotation many times. In our combo, we're just doing it one time, okay? It's almost the end of the combo. After that, we get into our little baby freezes, okay? So, just so you see kind of where we're at. We started with a top rock, right? Boom, we did our little shoom, shoom, bap. Boom, we went down on our knee, boom, bap, right? Oh, yeah, hold on. I forgot. We started with the top rock, right? No, boom. We did a little shuffle. Boom, boom, bap, down, boom, bap, bing, bap, bap, whap, bap, boom, right? That's where we're at right now. So from that little kick, now we're gonna get into a baby freeze, all right? The first way we're gonna do it, if you're an absolute beginner, I recommend you're just gonna sit down on your butt, left arm, I want you to kind of start doing this. So you feel what that feels like. Your body is gonna be held up by your elbow right here, right? And your arm is gonna be flat. Now, your right knee is gonna be right here, okay? So, you can pick yourself up for this one. And you kind of have to find it. I want you to just kind of find it. You put your arm right here, and you find it with your elbow, with your left, where it is that you can just start to lean over like this, right? And if you see, this is what I'm doing, right? This one is easy, because this one is right here. This one's gonna stay here. This one is the more difficult one, because you gotta find where in your body should your elbow be. It's kind of complicated, and it's gonna take some time, but just work on it. And you just lean over, just like that, all right? And at first, your legs are gonna be hitting the ground and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. That's okay. Just work on it, okay? Let's do it on the other side. Same thing, same way. Elbow right here, so you can start here, because you know this ain't gonna go nowhere. And you can kind of do this a little bit so you feel like, okay, maybe right here, I think maybe like right here, right? So you just have to do this on the ground. You have to be like this, right? So you can kind of, and again, I'm doing this in a lot of different ways, so you can kind of find your way, right? So you see how I'm kind of like here, okay, maybe if I lean over here, I can, oh, there it goes, boom, there it goes, baby, all right? And oh, if that leg falls down, it's all good. Just pick it up. If your head comes up, it's all good. Just try and hold that, all right? That's how you do a baby. That's one way to get into it. Another way to get into it, this might be a little bit harder for some people, but we're gonna start learning these things. So even if you know how to do a baby and you're watching this, still follow me, because we're gonna do a move later on, and it starts with this. So you might as well just follow here, okay? So what we're gonna do now, instead of doing the baby like this, where this arm is here and this arm's here, we're gonna try and put both elbows here. And we're gonna try and go down to the ground like this, right? So obviously it's kind of look crazy, but you know, and just put your head down and try and understand that, you know what I mean? And try to kind of lift your body up and do one of these, okay? Now that's not really important for the baby. It's important for freezes in general, okay? That you kind of understand this thing here. So I just want you to do it many different ways. Just have fun with it and just be there, just mess around there. Okay, so for the baby, what I want you to do is same concept, right? But let's say we're gonna go, because we're learning babies on both sides. Let's say we're gonna go baby on the right side. What I want you guys to do is here, right? Go like this. Boom, right leg, and put it on that elbow. There you go, like that. And then boom, and then you got a baby. All right, and for the other side, same thing, right? You go here. Now you're gonna be on the left elbow, right? Because you gotta go that way. But you kind of start right here, right? You can start here, and you see how I have the top of my head on the floor like this. But once I start putting my leg, I start looking this way, and this side of my head is on the floor, right? Very important. That is very important, y'all. So from here, you can kind of look this way, and bring that leg forward, and up. There you go. I got a baby freeze, just like that. All right. So one thing you guys should be doing if you want that baby freeze easily is make sure that you're stretching constantly. This is a good stretch for that. You really want to be flexible right here. You really want your shoulders flexible, all right? So you wanna make sure that you're stretching so that you can do all these moves. Let's continue with that combo. So, the way we're gonna get into a baby freeze this time, it's a little bit harder than either one of those ways, okay? We're actually gonna get into a baby freeze from here, right? So after we do that sweep, which I hope you've been working on, I hope you paused it and you worked on it, we're basically gonna do the same thing. We're almost gonna go into another one of those sweeps, swipes, whatever you wanna call them. I'm talking about this move, right? That we did earlier, right? So we're basically gonna go into another one, but we stop it short and we go into that baby. So from here, we go here, and instead of going back onto that leg, we just go bing, baby freeze, right? Right? But that's not the end of the combo. I want you to do one more thing for me, okay? I want you to go from here. When you do that baby freeze, right? You're gonna go, shoom, baby. Then I want you to switch it, boom, and hit that side, all right? So make sure you do 1 and 2, okay? All right, so that's today's combo. I hope you practice it. I hope you don't do it exactly like me. I hope you get your own style and you add your own steps. These combos are just ideas for you to explore and for you to kind of take and make your own, okay? If you have any questions, hit me up on BattleWire. If you want to watch videos of the moves broken down, short little videos, just go on BattleWire and all the videos are on there. Peace. Yo, welcome to How to Break, Volume 3. We're gonna mostly be focusing on back rock. In the first lesson, I'm gonna teach a little bit of top rock, and I'm gonna teach you how to get onto your back. And then in the next 2 lessons, we're gonna start doing more advanced back rock stuff, all right? Let's get right into it, yo. All right, so for the top rock, we're gonna learn this shuffle. It's real simple, all right? Right leg, kick out, boom. You switch it with the left, boom, and then you cross, boom, right? Then what I want you to do is from here, you unwrap, boom, kick that way, kick, switch, or cross, right? And then from here, you unwrap, kick. So you see that? It's always that. From when you're crossed, you kind of unwrap down. It's not straight. That's another top rock, all right? That's a different one. But for right now, I want you guys to do this one, right? So from here, you go boom, boom, switch, boom, 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 switch, bam. It's kind of hard to do it slow, right? Here, so you go, ba, boom, ba. See that rhythm? Let's try to go with the rhythm real slow, and then we'll pick it up. Ready? So we're gonna start with our right leg. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 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 boom, boom, back, boom, 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 back, boom. Let's go, let's go. Shoot, shoot, back, boom, boom, back, boom, boom, boom. All right? All right, so that's how I want you to practice it. Start real slow and just do the right timing and the right rhythm. And then just pick up the pace and pick up the speed, all right? You might not be able to go so that fast, that quick right now as soon as you start learning it, but you'll get there, right? So one more time. Right, we're gonna start with our right. We're gonna kick, kick, cross, and kick, kick, cross, and kick, kick, cross, and kick, cross, and boom, boom, back, shoom, boom, boom, back, boom, 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 back, boom, 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 back, shoom, boom, back, boom, boom, back. All right, so let's do that top rock one more time. Right leg goes first, real slow. Kick, kick, cross, unwrap, kick, kick, cross. Now this time when you go to unwrap, you're actually gonna put this part of your foot right here, behind your knee. So you go here, boom, and you drop down. Use your arms to catch yourself, all right, at first. Eventually you'll be able to do it without your arms, right? But just use your arms to catch yourself. And it's just right here, right? Boom, right there. So you just go from here, you go boom, back. Use your arms, make sure you use your arms. Your left arm is good to use because you're kind of you're leaning on that side, right? So, one more time, that top rock to that drop. Ready? Here we go. So from the right, we're just gonna do 1, 2, drop. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and drop. All right, we'll do that. Let's do it a couple more times. All right, so you can do it with me. Here we go. Right leg first. Here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and drop down. Got it? 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and drop. All right, let's do that one more time. Here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and drop. All right. All right, so let's do that top rock one more time. And after that drop, we're gonna get on our backs. Start doing some back rock, all right? So here we go. Top rocking, right? Top rocking, you're doing a little shuffle. Blah, boom, 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 blah, boom, right? As many times as you want. Don't do it too many times. Don't do it too many times. So we're going shuffle, back. From here, boom, right? Now, even if you landed with two arms, that's okay. That's all right, right? You land your right arm. This is very important because we're gonna wait because it's distracting. Let's see. All right, when you come down here, you get ready. You're gonna put your shoulder down real easy, just like this, right? Your shoulder comes down, and as my arm is coming down, my right leg, my right knee is going up. And I just kind of roll over and land. Now, when it comes to back rock, I don't ever really want you guys to roll. He agrees. I don't want you guys to roll. I see some people getting on their backs, and I won't even attempt to do what they're doing, but they're just rolling around. This is the only time that you really kind of want to roll, because you just gotta just roll right onto your back like that, right? All right. And just from here, it's real. Take your time with this. I'm gonna do it this way so you guys can see what's happening with my arm right here. It's just going right here, and I'm putting my shoulder down as early as I can to brace myself, right? Just like that. And you're kind of using this right here. We're gonna work a lot on our shoulders and here. We do a lot of this stuff when we're doing some of this back rock, all right? And you'll see what I mean in the next couple lessons. So it's good to start doing this right now and start getting on that shoulder. So again, from here, boom, right? Left arm goes down, right? And if you want to, you can put it down right here. That might help too sometimes. It helps people if they put their elbow here. But I find it kind of hard because then it's a harder drop. See what I'm saying? So I like to go all the way, and I don't put my elbow down until I'm like here. You know what I mean? All right, so let's get to it. So from the top rock, right? Just want you to watch real quick. Just watch. Top rock, boom, shuffle, or this move, boom, boom. And you land right here. So I want you guys to land on your back, on your right leg. Your right leg is down, and I want you to put your head down. This is something else that's really important. This will come later on when you're working on windmills. Every back move, power moves, all that kind of stuff. Everything that I tell you now is for a future move. So I really want you to get comfortable putting your head on the floor at this situation and being able to put your head down and lift it up at any spot smoothly. And as you progress, you'll see why. All right, so here we go. So from this, right, if you just go down, boom, and you're here. So I want everybody to be here with me. So you guys remember that we did CCs in the first lesson, which were right here, boom, boom, back, right, and then we went boom, boom, back. We're gonna do that on our backs. So from here, we're gonna go boom. See how I am on my elbow right here? Boom, boom, back, other side, boom, left down, switch. It's the same as the CC. If you're confused about what to do right now, go back to the CC video, all right? Go back to the CC video so that you could understand CCs, because it's the same, okay? All right, so here we go. Boom, back, back, boom, boom, back, boom, back, boom, back, boom, back, boom, back, shoot, boom, back, boom, back. So, here's the thing about that back rock. If you notice, some of the stuff you want to do with your head on the floor, some of the stuff you don't want your head on the floor. And that's why I really want you to get real comfortable with being able to put your head on the floor or keeping it up, all right? All right, so let's work on this back rock. Let's work on these CCs, and we're gonna work on a couple of alternative or alternate versions of the CC, right? On our backs. So for this, the first one, the regular one, I actually like to keep my head off the ground for this one, right? So I just go back, boom, back, back, boom, back. And again, I'm lifting myself up on all this right here. I'm right here. I'm no longer on my back when I do that kick. I want you guys to really focus and pay attention to how your body is when you kick, you know, how far you want this leg. Those little tiny things make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Right? We're gonna do a different one. It's kind of the same, but this one I like to keep my head on the ground because I'm gonna put my hand on my hip, so I go, it's pretty much the same thing, but I go, boom. See that right there? Boom, back, back, boom, back, back. Now that's basically the same. I'm here before, but now I'm here. So you see how that's why it helps to really be high on your shoulders, right? So let's do a little combo. We'll work it into a freeze, and then we'll move on to the next section where we do slightly harder back rock, all right? All right, so let's learn the combo from the top, all right? So we just top rock. I want you to top rock however you want, right? You do whatever moves you want in the top rock, but then you do the shuffle. Boom, back, shoom, back, boom, back, down, back. CC one time, one here, shoom, shoom, one here, right? Then from here, you're actually gonna land on your right leg. So you see that's different because we normally go one, land on the right, switch, left, land on the left, right? We go like this. We land on the same leg that we're kicking. But now, with this new one, we're gonna land with the opposite leg. So the leg that's on the ground, so you can be here. This is another, this is a kick up that we're gonna start working on, all right, little by little, okay? For now, we're just gonna go from here. You're gonna do a freeze, a baby freeze, here, right? So you're gonna just, it's kind of like that CC, the second one that I do, where it's here, right? And your right elbow is on your right knee, and your left leg is back, all right? So simple baby freeze is just boom, right? So work on that little combo. It's not very difficult. It's a great beginning to back rocks and stuff like that, all right? We're gonna get more advanced on the second episode, so stay tuned. All right, welcome to volume 2. We're gonna learn a couple different types of back rocks, all right? So, this first one is real simple. What you wanna remember is you land with the same foot that lands the first time. You see what I mean? So, you start here. We're gonna kick up with our left. We're gonna tap the ground with our right, right? So we go, boom, bam. So our right is what hits the ground. Our right is what's gonna hit the ground first. So, boom, right? You adjust, come back here, switch legs. See how my head is on the ground? And I do that kick up again. So, we're gonna talk about this kick up because it's very, very, very important. You kick up like that, right? You kick up with your foot, with your whole leg, your other leg right here, your foot kicks up from here, right? And you kind of turn to the side as you go up, okay? So you go, boom. This foot touches the ground first, boom. Switch, boom, boom. Switch, boom, 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 back, boom, boom, back, boom, boom, back, boom, boom, back. All right? All right, so now we're gonna do a different variation of it. This one here, it's like you land with the leg that's up in the air, right? So here's what I mean right here. You do the move, boom, right? This one that's in the air, that's the one that's gonna land first. So, boom. You see, and it's more of a, you just kind of turn in right, like you go this way and then you come back. The other one was kind of like, you go here, and then you come back, and it's kind of different. This one feels slightly different. This one is more like, you go here, boom, back. You know what I'm saying? And you're right back here. And from here, this leg is up, and it kicks. Boom, back, boom, back, boom, back, boom, back, back, shoom, shoom. All right, so after you guys have mastered those two, or kind of got them, you're gonna want to move on to this next one, right? And this one here is it's really simple. It's a lot easier than it looks. I think it looks really cool. We're really going to be going on our arms, and our shoulders this time, okay? It's kind of like that thing that I spoke about in the first episode of this volume, where we really use our arms a lot, okay? So here we go. We start here, right? And we're gonna use this whole arm and shoulder and elbow and all the whole thing, okay, to lean on. And we do that kick that I said that is important, right? So you go from here, you kick up, boom. So you see what happens is before my knee comes down, my whole arm is holding me up. You know what I'm saying? So that my knee can come down nice and smooth. All right, so one more time. Watch, it just goes boom, right? And then right here, I want to adjust with, see how my head is on the ground? This is another reason why your head being on the ground is so important. My head is on the ground, and I'm just going to replace this arm with this one as my head turns. Okay, now I'm here. And if you remember, the move from the first volume, it was here, and we went back down to our backs. It's the same thing, all right? So that's why if you didn't watch the first volume, go watch that volume, and this part will be much easier to understand, right? So from here, we replace the arm. You're on your elbow right here, and you're gonna roll onto your shoulder and on your back. Boom. Just like we did in that first volume. Before, remember, we went into that baby, right? But instead of that baby, we're gonna continue doing this move. It's real simple, right? Let's do it again. So from here, and now we're gonna start to turn. I'm gonna show you guys how the rotation happens, right? So we start from here again. We go up, boom, put the arm down, and here's the rotation. The rotation is right here. You don't want to roll. I mean, that's why in the first thing, I told you not to roll. You got to be careful about that rolling now. Now we don't want to roll. We've advanced. We're past that. Okay? So you kind of want to tuck. All right? And as you tuck, you rotate and you switch where your body lands. So if you were to roll, you go like this. And that's wrong for this. Right? I don't want you to roll. I want you to tuck. So I want you to go from here. You're here. Tuck. See what I'm saying? Tuck your shoulder in. And you rotate your body to make sure that you land in this position here. Okay? So from here, if you're here, you should land there. Watch. Boom. You see that? Then the beginning, you go one more time. Boom. And then again, I'm gonna rotate, because I'm gonna tuck, boom, and rotate. So now, I'm turning, as opposed to rolling down the street, right? Which you don't want to do that. All right, so, one more time, let's break it down. So we go, let's start from the, you know what, let's start from here. You started from the back a couple times, from starting from that position. Now let's start from here, because this also might help you with the momentum. Right? Just depends. All right, so here we go. So if you start from here, right? Because we're no longer starting here. We're gonna start from here with our hands down. So you just do this one, right? So here we go. So boom, back, boom. Oh, I kind of rolled a little bit. Did you see that? I rolled a little bit. That's not, no, it's not okay. You really want to tuck all the time, all right? So make sure that you're tucking, okay? So here we go. I kind of rolled on that second one. If you rewind it, you'll see. No bueno. All right, here we go. So, boom, back, boom. There we go. Back, boom. Alright, welcome to How to Break, Lesson 3, Volume 3. If you made it this far and you actually watched all the lessons beforehand, congratulations. We're now going to start learning power moves. Alright, you can kind of consider this an intro to power moves. Alright, so this move, if you were watching the other videos, if you learned everything on the other videos, you're going to get it right away. Remember how we were doing back rocks with our head on the ground, and without this one, you're going to have your head on the ground the whole time. 360 degrees, okay? The whole time your head is going to be on the ground. It's very, very important. And most of your ground power, all of your ground power is going to be with your head on the ground 100% of the time. Those people that you see them put their head up and down while they're doing like windmills or something like that, completely incorrect. All right, so I'm going to teach you this whip, which I don't know where this comes from, but people in New York have been teaching and doing this since the beginning of time. All right, so we start here, and we're here like this. Right, and your leg is gonna go back this way, right? So you go back, and then your other leg comes up, and then you do that tuck and that roll, like from the lesson, the volume before this, right? So instead of going like this, how we were doing, we're doing it with this whip, right? And it's a whip that's like, right? I'm not exaggerating, but that's kind of like what it is, right? You kind of whip back, right? So here we go. We whip back, and instead of tucking with our shoulders like this, we're actually gonna come down like this and then go on the side. All right, slightly different variation, and that's gonna come later on the next volume when we start doing windmills, regular windmills, right? But for right now, we're gonna go from here, so down instead of here, but for after this, you do that same thing. You go to that shoulder like this, okay? So here we go. Boom, right on your back, right? So in the last volume, we talked about that kick from your back, right? This, and I said how important this was. This is very important with this move. Even more important than when you're doing windmills, because you really need this move. So, I want you to be on your back, on your upper back. See this space right here? That's how you come up from here, right? So you want to kick up with this, kick up with the right, and you come around and you catch yourself, right? So we're going to go, boom. Now, you want to, depending on what move you're doing, you want to catch yourself differently, okay? Right now, I want you to catch yourself right here on your shoulders, on your elbows, on your arms, just like you do when we were doing those other moves, right? So remember this last move, how we were going like this? And then you go like this? It's almost the same thing, but it's a lot more power. You need to do a lot more power, okay? So you need to really work on that. That launch needs to be real strong, and the twist that comes after it needs to be real strong too, right? So we go, right? So from here, you go. And I want you to land like this with just the tip of your foot on the ground. So you land like this, okay? Like this, the tip of your foot. Just that, right there. All right? So here we go. Land on your toes. Here we go, ready? Boom. See that? You see how as soon as I go up and I'm at my highest that my back is gonna take me, I make sure I twist real hard. You gotta twist real hard. Your waist and up here, right? So here we go, one more time. Watch. From here. And you see how I prepare, I go this way, and I throw it. See how right before I put my body this way. Because if you start here, you can only go from here to here. But if I start back here, that little bit is gonna help me go all the way around, right? So after you do that, and after you get comfortable with that, I want you to do that a couple times, do it over and over and over, and get real comfortable with it. Afterwards, it's the same thing as the move we were doing in the last volume, right? Before, we were going from here, right? We were going from here, and we were switching, and we were going on our backs. It's the same thing now. All right? It's the same thing, except you're gonna miss that foot. You miss that toe, right? So, another thing that you will do is you will break down this arm thing. Instead of landing on 2, you're gonna do it more like, once you're doing a lot, you're gonna do it more like that first move that we were doing on the last lesson, where we were going 1, switch, 2. Except you'll feel it. It's like a combination of the 2. And you'll feel it once you do it, right? So here we go. So if I broke down that back rock, back swipes, tap mills, whatever you want to call it, you go. You see that? It's almost the same. It's almost the same as back swipes. It's almost the same, right? You do that move. You do this move over and over. It's not quite the back swipe. It's a little bit more powerful if you notice. You're kind of going up a little harder. Your knee, it's not your knee, it's your toe. And that allows you to go a little faster. What happens eventually, you start missing the toe. And now you're doing back swipes. Now let's see if I can do this. Whew. BattleWire is an app that allows breakers to battle each other anywhere, anytime. You can add your friends, send messages, and you can call them out. Pressing a battle on the main screen will show you one breaker's round, then the response. After that, you'll get a voting screen asking you to choose between 2 breakers. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up anytime. Otherwise, I'll see y'all on BattleWire. Alright, basic 3-step. So if we start here, right, from our like home kind of position, right? We're gonna actually start on the 3rd step, right? So after the second one, we go boom, we do this whip here. Once this starts to whip across, you don't tap this foot down. You leave it up in the air until you land right here. Okay, now if you're confused, it's basically that 3rd step of the 6th step, right? All you do is you come here, put your hands down, separate your feet a little bit, right? Separate your feet a little bit, right? So if you're like this, boom, separate your feet just a tiny bit, right? Actually, quite a bit actually, you know what I'm saying? And then lift your knees up. That should be your position, right? That's where you're at for that step, okay? Real simple, all right? So let's start again from the top. Right leg goes first, right? So we're gonna whip around, keep that leg in the air, and then boom. Then from here, left leg goes, and the right leg tucks. Boom. And you're here, right? Facing here. Then from here, you switch your legs, and that begins the momentum all over again. So once you switch that leg, this one doesn't come down again until you, bang. You see that? So it's 1, switch, and boom. 1, switch, and boom. Ba. Boom, boom, boom. That's the rhythm. Doom, doom, ba. Boom, boom, ba. Boom, boom, ba. Ready? Doom, doom, ba. 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 See that 3rd one? It's gotta be faster than the other 2, because you gotta get that. The rhythm don't give you an extra time there, so you gotta be extra quick on that one. You know what I'm saying? The first two, you can kind of take your time with that landing. The third one, you gotta go. Let's do it with the music. Boom, 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 boom. Ready? Shoot, shoot. All right, so let's go over the rotation and how you turn. It's kind of important to focus on that when you're learning how to do this footwork. Eventually, it just becomes second nature, muscle memory, but let's work that out, okay? So let's start from the first, even though it's not necessarily technically for me this first step, it's pretty much my home base. So we're gonna actually we're gonna go into the third step of it, right? And that has us rotate slightly. And it brings us right here. So if you're here and you're whipping with your right, you actually face your right. So you go here, boom. So that's how you rotate slightly, just right here, right? Then the next move is actually gonna bring you to rotate a little bit more to your right. And here's what I mean, right? So now, this next move, if you notice when you kick, boom, now you're back here, right? And the next move, you have to switch your legs. You go again to your right. Boom. So every time to your right. Gang, gang. To your right. Boom. To your right. Boom, boom. To your right. Boom. You see what I'm saying? And that's how you rotate ever so slightly. And eventually that's part of all your footwork. And we'll work on that more later on. Now, of course, just like every footwork, right? We want to learn both sides, right? So let's do a quick recap of what the second side would be like. It's gonna be the same exact thing, right? Left leg now sweeps across. Doesn't come down until you fully land. Boom, boom. Then the right leg goes in. Got it. Or left leg tucks. Right leg goes out. Switch. And again, once this leg goes out, it doesn't come back down until boom. Right? So you go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? Now let's work on the transition of how to go from one side to the next. So one thing that I love about the basic 3-step is that, or my basic 3-step, is that you can, it's an easy, very easy footwork to transition to the other side, right? So, of course, you could do it anywhere you want. What I do is normally, let's say I'm doing 3-step this way, here, boom. Instead of going here, I'll go here. So I'll cut the rotation. So here's what I mean. I'm doing a 3-step, right? Back, shoot, shoot, back, boom, boom, back, boom, boom. Now I'm going the other way. Boom, boom, back, other way, boom, boom, back, other way, boom, boom, back, boom, boom, back, boom, boom, back, boom, boom, back, boom, boom, back. And that's how you can use a 3-step to easily switch from one side to the next side. Let's do that with the music so you see what I mean. Alright, BattleWire is an app that allows breakers to battle each other anywhere, anytime. You can add your friends, send messages, and you can call them out. Pressing a battle on the main screen will show you one breaker's round, then the response. After that, you'll get a voting screen asking you to choose between 2 breakers. Now, the way you battle is by pressing the battle button on any event. Now, sometimes you'll be first and your camera will open, and sometimes you'll be second. So you'll watch your opponent's round and then respond to it. After that, your battle will be placed on the home screen, allowing people to vote on it. Winning a battle grants reputation points. Now, these points are used as a ranking for the leaderboard, but it's also used for our matching algorithm. The more you win battles, the tougher your opponents become. Now, your battles will become increasingly difficult to win, but they'll never be impossible, so this will help you push yourself to the next level. Now, when you battle, you can receive props, and these are great to help you understand what you're doing well and what you need work on. For example, if you look at my props here, it shows that I only have 2 for freezes, which tells me
that I have to work on my freezes or just do more of them in general. And so the goal is to have your props all generally at the same number, and so they're all even, and your breaking is more even or more well-rounded. So pay attention to your props and also give them out. Help your community grow as they help you grow. And finally, you can host events. Anyone can host an event on BattleWire. A host can invite any breaker to join, and a breaker can request to join your event. A host can select featured judges and choose if they'd like the crowd vote to count as one of the judges. Every event has its own leaderboard, so you can track how people are doing for all time, last month, and last week. BattleWire TV, we have lessons for beginners and intermediate level breakers, and we are constantly adding new lessons. Alright, that's it for now. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up anytime. Otherwise, I'll see y'all on BattleWire. Peace. BattleWire is an app that allows breakers to battle each other anywhere, anytime. You can add your friends, send messages, and you can call them out. Pressing a battle on the main screen will show you one breaker's round, then the response. After that, you'll get a voting screen asking you to choose between two breakers.
Alright, so this three-step is pretty much similar to the last one, except there's a little slight difference in your form, and there's that little like kick out thing, which I think is super dope and is, for me, one of the fundamentals of footwork. So this footwork is pretty much the same thing, right? Hopefully you watched the last one, so you know how to do a three-step. And the only difference in this one is when you whip across, right, and you go here, instead of landing here, I want you to land here, right? You land here. Now, I'm gonna give you some tips for this footwork, because I see a lot of people doing this footwork and their form is just not right. This footwork is supposed to be like, it should feel like a snap. When that leg goes back, it's more like a flap, you know what I'm saying? And one of the ways to get that is to make sure that when you are doing it, even though you gotta do it fast, because you gotta be on beat and on the rhythm, right? You still gotta find time to look at your foot. And I mean really look at your foot, like really make contact with your foot, make eye contact with your foot. If your sneaker says Saucony, my sneaker says Saucony, I should be able to read that clearly, not like a blur, and it's quick. And that is what really is gonna get you to get this footwork and do it the way it's supposed to be done. This footwork is supposed to feel like a stop in time, real quick, you know what I'm saying? And a snap at the same time. So, you know, just work on that. And if you have any questions, just let me know, all right? So for this one, obviously we want to also do it in the opposite direction, right? So it's going to be the same thing, except you are moving in the opposite direction. Take care of your form. Again, when you're back here, make sure that this is right. Boom. And I want you, this is the kind of footwork that you should really start filming yourself and watching yourself and freezing it, pausing the video when you're doing certain footworks and see how your form is. You know what I mean? Make sure that you got a dope b-boy form every time, or b-girl form, every time you pause the video. There's not one time when you pause the video and you're looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? You should be on point all the time, all right? And this is a great footwork to work that into your body, all right? So let's go over a little bit of how I do to turn my footwork around from one side to the next, which is not exactly the same way as the three-step. I add a little step into it. And, you know, this one's a little bit more difficult because you have to do it on beat, right? And so I add a little step. Now, you can take this and you can do it exactly the way I do it if you want to, as my gift to you, or you could create your own version of it. You could change it however you want, but it's very simple anyway. So what I'm doing is on this kick here, boom, right? When this comes in and you're going this way, right? For the next one, right? You go like this, gang, gang, shoo, ba, right? Boom, boom, shoot, ba. And you're gonna go this way again. That's when I cut the rotation and I go here, boom, first. That's all I do. I literally bring it here like a ugly formed swipe, right? Right? But then it's so quick that the next move is boom. And I'm right back into boom, boom, going the other way, right? So when you see it faster, that little step in the middle, it kind of just becomes like a quick transition where it's like, dun, dun, dun. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that with the music so you guys can see what I mean.
Alright, BattleWire is an app that allows breakers to battle each other anywhere, anytime. You can add your friends, send messages, and you can call them out. Pressing a battle on the main screen will show you one breaker's round, then the response. After that, you'll get a voting screen asking you to choose between two breakers. Now, the way you battle is by pressing the battle button on any event. Now, sometimes you'll be first and your camera will open, and sometimes you'll be second. So you'll watch your opponent's round and then respond to it. After that, your battle will be placed on the home screen, allowing people to vote on it. Winning a battle grants reputation points. Now, these points are used as a ranking for the leaderboard, but it's also used for our matching algorithm. The more you win battles, the tougher your opponents become. Now, your battles will become increasingly difficult to win, but they'll never be impossible, so this will help you push yourself to the next level. Now, when you battle, you can receive props, and these are great to help you understand what you're doing well and what you need work on. For example, if you look at my props here, it shows that I only have 2 for freezes, which tells me that I have to work on my freezes or just do more of them in general. And so the goal is to have your props all generally at the same number, and so they're all even, and your breaking is more even or more well-rounded. So pay attention to your props and also give them out. Help your community grow as they help you grow. And finally, you can host events. Anyone can host an event on BattleWire. A host can invite any breaker to join, and a breaker can request to join your event. A host can select featured judges and choose if they'd like the crowd vote to count as one of the judges. Every event has its own leaderboard, so you can track how people are doing for all time, last month, and last week. BattleWire TV, we have lessons for beginners and intermediate level breakers, and we are constantly adding new lessons. Alright, that's it for now. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up anytime. Otherwise, I'll see y'all on BattleWire. Peace. BattleWire is an app that allows breakers to battle each other anywhere, anytime. You can add your friends, send messages, and you can call them out. Pressing a battle on the main screen will show you one breaker's round, then the response. After that, you'll get a voting screen asking you to choose between two breakers.
Right, so here's a very basic footwork that you can get by the end of this video, but we have to go over it so that you guys understand my vocabulary. All right, from here you hook with the right, boom, all the way in, right? It's all the way hooked, and then with that right foot that came across, you're gonna get on your toes and you're gonna twist, boom, and back. Make sure you twist and you come back. It's very important for later on, okay? And that's all it is. It's just here and back. And then you unhook, right? You hook for the next one, and then you do the same thing. Boom, and back. Simple. Unhook, and hook, and up, and back. Remember, you go up on the toes that go around that hook. So if my left is gonna hook, I go on my left toes. Bang, bang, bang. Simple, super simple, right back to here, all right? So that same concept, but in the air. Now, the reason why I really told you, make sure you twist and then you bring it back is because in the air, you really have to do that, okay? So you really gotta make sure it's easy to go one way, but it's hard to bring it back, right? Because the momentum. So you gotta really twist. So, for example, right one, gang, gang. You see that? You bring it right back to where you started. You bring it right back to here. So switch, boom, boom, boom. And you bring it right back to here. All right? So unlike the other one, when you do the bottom lock, you go here, here. You just unhook, right? You don't necessarily bring it back to here because you might do something else, right? Down, down. But in the air, right? Down here, shoom, shoom. In the air, you go, boom, back. I want you to bring it back and start to slowly unhook that leg so we could go into other moves, all right? So, one more time. In the air, right? Left leg, you go, doom, doom. Bring it back, switch, back, back. All right? So just work on that. Work on the bottom one, work on the top one, the air one, I mean, which is the top one. And just get familiar with it. We're gonna bring that up a lot in the next footwork.
BattleWire is an app that allows breakers to battle each other anywhere, anytime. You can add your friends, send messages, and you can call them out. Pressing a battle on the main screen will show you one breaker's round, then the response. After that, you'll get a voting screen asking you to choose between two breakers. Now, the way you battle is by pressing the battle button on any event. Now, sometimes you'll be first and your camera will open, and sometimes you'll be second. So you'll watch your opponent's round and then respond to it. After that, your battle will be placed on the home screen, allowing people to vote on it. Winning a battle grants reputation points. Now, these points are used as a ranking for the leaderboard, but it's also used for our matching algorithm. The more you win battles, the tougher your opponents become. Now, your battles will become increasingly difficult to win, but they'll never be impossible, so this will help you push yourself to the next level. Now, when you battle, you can receive props, and these are great to help you understand what you're doing well and what you need work on. For example, if you look at my props here, it shows that I only have 2 for freezes, which tells me that I have to work on my freezes or just do more of them in general. And so the goal is to have your props all generally at the same number, and so they're all even, and your breaking is more even or more well-rounded. So pay attention to your props and also give them out. Help your community grow as they help you grow. And finally, you can host events. Anyone can host an event on BattleWire. A host can invite any breaker to join, and a breaker can request to join your event. A host can select featured judges and choose if they'd like the crowd vote to count as one of the judges. Every event has its own leaderboard, so you can track how people are doing for all time, last month, and last week. BattleWire TV, we have lessons for beginners and intermediate level breakers, and we are constantly adding new lessons. Alright, that's it for now. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up anytime. Otherwise, I'll see y'all on BattleWire. Peace.
So this is a quick video just really to demonstrate how I do airlocks, and I do them in footwork. And if you notice, there's like this little thing that I do where it's almost like I do an airlock in like a bit of a 3-step position, but not really. And basically it's just this here. I twist, like I told you guys to twist, right? With the airlock, right? So let's say this is in the air, right? Air, twist, I twist back, and then I kind of twist again to land down here. So it's like a 1, 2, land. That third one is that land, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to do it slow without momentum, but I'll slow down. I'll just slow it down for you guys, right? So it's shoom shoom ba, boom boom, boom boom ba, boom boom, shoom shoom ba, boom boom, shoom shoom ba. You see what I'm saying? Use it. That's yours. That's from me to you. All right? I said the repo man. Repo man. I said the repo man.
BattleWire is an app that allows breakers to battle each other anywhere, anytime. You can add your friends, send messages, and you can call them out. Pressing a battle on the main screen will show you one breaker's round, then the response. After that, you'll get a voting screen asking you to choose between two breakers.
Baby swipes, one of my favorite footwork. As always, we're gonna start here. Same thing as the last couple of footworks, where when we sweep, the foot doesn't come down until the very end of the footwork, right? Or of the motion, right? Like it doesn't come down here and then you continue, right? What we're gonna do now is, let's say you're gonna swipe or sweep with your right leg. That's the leg that's gonna land. So here's what I mean. You sweep, you come up in the air, boom, switch your legs in the air, land with your right. You should be landing with your right leg and your left leg is out like this. So if I do it from this angle, sweep with the right and land on the right, right? So sweep with the right, up, switch. So you kind of like, because you're crossed when you're up in the air, and you have to open up like this and let that leg come through so you can land with the left leg out, okay? Right leg sweeps, right leg lands, right? So sweep, don't let it touch, boom, land. So you land here. From here, you switch your legs, and that's it. And you do it again, right? So from here, once you switch your legs and that leg goes up in the air, it doesn't come down until the end of the footwork. So here's what I mean. Boom, switch, boom, bring it down, right leg. Switch, whip with the right, land with the right, boom, nice and high. Switch,